All right, it's time to go over our science for 6.3. This week's learning objective, I can tell how an animal uses plants for shelter. Our language objective, I can use the terms shelter, habitat, environment, and depend to explain to a partner how an animal uses plants for shelter. And here is the academic vocabulary, which is part of our language target or objective. Shelter. A shelter is a structure or a place that keeps us safe from weather and danger. So, for example, for us humans, our shelter is our home or house. You live in a house or an apartment, that's your shelter. Animals need shelter too to keep them safe from weather when it's really hot, cold, or raining, and from dangers like predators that want to make them a tasty snack. The word habitat is the home of an animal or a plant. Habitats can be jungles or deserts or oceans. An environment is going to be everything that's inside that habitat. So, for example, if an animal's habitat is an ocean, their environment is water, fish, starfish, algae, anything that is inside that habitat. Depend. Depend means that you need something. So, for example, we depend on food to keep us healthy and alive. Depend. Everybody depends on something. A problem is going to be something that causes trouble or makes something difficult. And the solution is going to be what helps you fix that problem. So that is the academic vocabulary for science. And again, I really suggest that you go in there and click on these videos to help you with the lessons every week. You have a video on animals using plants for shelter, a video for kids on plants and animals interdependence. And interdependence was one of our words that we learned on another lesson, which means how does everybody help each other? How does an animal depend on plants? Okay, and then how does the plants depend on animals? Interdependence, we depend on each other. And so we're going to start by going over our activities now. Remember, they give you 4 activities. You only need to do 2. If you'd like to do all 4, that's great, but you only need to turn 2 in to Miss Gallegos. You can pick activity number 1. Match the animal to the correct habitat. So where do these animals live? So you're going to match the animal to where it lives. Activity 2. Circle 4 animals that depend on trees for shelter. And the animals are right here on the bottom. So 4 of these animals depend on a tree for shelter. You're going to circle which ones those are. Activity number 3. Read the following scenarios. In a complete sentence, write how you would solve each problem. So these are 3 problems. You will read the sentences and then tell me in a complete sentence how you would help solve that problem. You can choose activity number 4. For activity 4, you have to click on this video, Desert Giant, the World of Saguaro Cactus. And then you're going to answer the questions that are down here in the answer sheet, which again, you don't have to print out. You can use your own sheet of paper. So for activity 4, after listening to Desert Giant, respond to the following prompts. Animals that use a living saguaro cactus. So you would, after watching the video, list 5 animals that depend or live in a saguaro cactus. Now it did say up here that the video is kind of long. So you can have mom or dad set the video to start at 3.5 minutes and end it at 9:16. It says the whole video is interesting and educational and you're welcome to watch the whole thing, but if you don't have time, you can just watch those sections from 3.5 to 9:16, and that's all you're going to need to answer the questions for activity 4. Okay, so again, you only need to pick 2 activities, And you are welcome to print out the answer sheet and use that, or use your own sheet of paper like a lot of you are doing, which is perfectly fine. I'm perfectly happy with that. And don't forget to dojo me with questions or give me a call. All right. Good luck, boys and girls.